Hey guys, welcome back. And for our first time listeners, welcome. I'm Raquel.
I'm Jake.
And this is
Don't You Know?
So guys, it's Friday. Everybody I don't even know the rest of it actually. I just know it's Friday.
Are you making that up?
You don't know? You know what? You can't tell me you don't remember that when that happened.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Okay, good. You never know.
I thought the way you were doing it, I thought it was like I had like a trap beat in my head. I was expecting a drop. Yeah.
Okay, here's the drop. Happy Friday the 13th.
Yeah, Friday the 13th.
So, oh man, I completely lost my train of thought.
You were singing that song, the accursed song.
Yeah, I was. Okay, well, anyways, I think I was going to go somewhere with that, and I don't remember where I was going to go with it.
You're probably going to concede that it's not actually Friday for us. We've done...
They don't have to know that. It could be Friday, it just is not Friday that this is coming out. It could be like a whole week recording, they don't know.
Could have been. Or we could say that we're still recovering from our Friday, and making sure we are fresh to report.
Yeah. I had a really busy Friday, but so let's go ahead and do. I said go ahead so many times. I don't know.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. We're gonna, fly right on. So let's go ahead and do announcements.
All right, let's hear them. What you got?
Okay, so for the podcast wise, we don't have any new countries or states Vero wise. California has the most downloads. So last month, New York won with the amount of download. Right now, California's ahead. So, oh, look at that! You're wearing your shirt.
Got a California shirt on. Just had a chance. It was clean. It was on top of the laundry pile.
Nice. I'm wearing a My Hero Academia shirt.
Very nice.
So I think that's it for the podcast. Last episode we talked about how the YouTube should be up by then. When that one aired, it is up. I have a lot of videos going in. It's taking an extremely long time to use the software. Like, the software part isn't it's actually really, really easy just to throw it in there and then have it do the video, but it takes forever for the video to export, then to upload to YouTube.
Yeah, it's a very hardware intensive process.
Yeah. It doesn't take me long. I can just pop it in and then be able to do other things. It just takes an hour just to export and then another hour just to upload. So it's 2 hours just to do one video.
Yeah.
But luckily, I can throw in a couple of videos to upload. It just takes a long time to upload all of them. And I have to keep my computer up while it's uploading. Once it goes through the processing phase, I don't have to have my computer up, but while it's doing all the other stuff, it's gotta be up. So it's just taking a long time to do that. Hopefully in 2 weeks we'll have all that up. And hopefully Jacob will put up his video eventually.
Maybe.
So that's it for the podcast. So for me wise...
Yeah, what about updates for you?
I have Riley's to eat for lunch today. Well, actually it's more like dinner at this point. Nothing too much interesting happening. Yeah. Nothing too much really going on. I saw a movie last night.
Oh yeah, what movie did you see?
I'm gonna wait.
You're gonna
tell you about the movie and tell you about the TV show I want to talk about so that we can go into your life first. Let's see what's going on in your life, and then you could talk about video games, movies, TV shows, whatever, afterwards.
Oh, okay. I was gonna open with video games.
Well, that's what I meant. I meant do your life up
my stuff.
Dates.
I've got a friend coming to hang out. So it's the hurricane times. So I've got a friend staying in my guest room, and we're having a good time. Yeah, playing a lot of video games, watching a lot of Frasier and stuff. I've been playing Breath of the Wild, which I've never played. It's very good, very fun. I keep kind of getting lost. It's kind of big, and it's supposed to be open-ended, but you're supposed to kind of go in an order. And I keep getting lost, so I'm just walking across stuff and trying to go around these big walls and stuff. And then I realize no, these walls are supposed to I gotta go somewhere else first. I'm still getting the hang of it, but it's cool. The graphics are really good. I really like the combat. It feels pretty fun. And yeah. However, I've encountered where people have that meme about oh, your weapons are breaking. Yeah, that's totally accurate.
Yeah.
Constantly breaking weapons on enemies. I'm oh, I got this cool sword, and 30 seconds later, it's gone.
Well, Once you get the Master Sword, it's not as bad.
Spoiler alert, thank you. I didn't know you get that in this game. Actually, I did. I'm just messing with you.
I was gonna say, how did you not know?
It's the hero's sword. Yeah, it's not bad.
None of my brothers have beaten the game yet.
Ah, they need to get on it.
So, well, because they like, oh, let's do this, let's do that. Because it's almost like there's so much you can do. You don't want to go and just beat the game yet. You kind of want to almost like 100 it, basically, before you go and try to fight Ganondorf.
Yeah, I don't normally 100% games.
I've only like done side quests, basically.
What?
When I've played, I haven't done like really any main mission things, other than the ones that kind of require you to do what you need to do, the main mission, so that you could go on to do other side quests.
Yeah, to unlock the area or whatever.
Yeah, but other than that, basically, I've only done side quests.
You're playing that like I played Fallout 4. I got a baby? What are you talking? Oh, yeah. I will say that technically my storyline goes Link awakens, Link goes to unlock the first tower, Link falls off the first tower and dies. The end. That's how my story really went, but luckily there's the magic of respawns.
When you say tower, you mean like the big giant tower where you talk to the old guy?
Yeah, very first one. Like 5 minutes into the game.
Then my brother has you beat because he went exploring and then he fell. No, he went to that, like, I think it's the Temple of Time?
Spoiler alert, but I've seen that in the distance, though.
Yeah, okay. Well, it shouldn't be in the distance. It should be, like, right there when you get out of the cave.
Yeah, you're right. Oh, no, I know what you're talking about, yeah.
Okay, then maybe it's not, if it, yeah. I think that was the Temple of Time, was it not?
Might have been. I was up in, like, a mountain. Maybe I'm misremembering it.
Okay, so when you exit the cave and there's a building.
Yeah.
And he climbed up that building. And then he was like, how do we get down? Because you can do, like, almost like a rock climbing kind of thing. But we were like, how do you go back down? And
yeah,
so
it's like the press to drop down, but oh.
And he died. So yes, you beat.
The three goddesses are like, Hero, no. He's been asleep for 100 years. We woke him up, he climbed the temple and jumped off to his death. Kind of put all our eggs in one basket with that one. Well, and Hyrule was cast in the darkness forever.
And then either Nick or Frankie, or maybe he almost died. No, I think he did die. And then he proceeded to, you've seen like that like pond area at the very beginning? That's like next to that building?
Yeah.
And it had like that sword on that little platform that was in the very middle. It's like, oh, sword. He went in there and grabbed it. And then he couldn't figure out how to get out of the pond, and he almost drowned. But then he finally, because what happened was it started to rain. And when it rains, you can't climb up the side of, like, the hills and stuff like
slippery.
That. So he almost drowned until finally he was able to kind of get a grip to, like, breathe again.
That's funny. Wow, close one.
This was not too far after he had died from falling off the building.
Well, there's a lot of different timelines, I guess.
So he was like, wow, not even fighting anyone. I've almost died. I have died once, and I've almost died a second time. Haven't even fought any monsters yet.
You want to move into movies?
Okay.
I'm trying to think. We watched Pulp Fiction. Rewatched that.
I have yet to see Pulp Fiction ever.
Oh, it's intense. It's a wild ride.
I don't know. It just doesn't appeal to me. I know it's like a cult classic, but there's just nothing about it that's like makes me really want to see it.
It's more how the story is told that makes it so good. It makes these crazy characters, it presents them in such a unique way that you get to see not only like their best sides, but like different sides as well. And so the protagonist in one scene might be the antagonist in the next scene. And it's just kind of it's definitely a bunch of different lives that you and I hope will never have to lead, you know? And so for you to like take a peek at a different side of things, I think is kind of fun. But it's an intense movie and it's for a mature audience, to put it lightly.
See, that sounds like a lot of thinking for a movie. And usually when I go see movies, I just want to go and watch it.
It's not so much thinking. I mean, it's pretty much spelled out. It's not like, it's a lighthearted movie. Like, most of the scenes are everyone's joking and having fun doing what they're doing, because they're all smooth characters. So, it's not like it's like an intense movie, like, as far as having to pay attention or, like, feeling a lot of emotions. A lot of it's pretty emotionless. It's just these guys going about each other. Well, I don't know. There's some emotions. It's not like a thriller.
I mean, I've heard so much about it, but you know what? Every time I hear about it, I never hear anything about what the movie's about. It's always just, oh, here's this one scene, or here's Samuel L. Jackson. Like, that's it.
Oh.
I've never,
you don't know the plot?
actually, I don't even know what the plot is about.
Do you want to know the plot?
Sure, why not?
So, it follows these two gangsters in the 90s in LA, and
That's probably another reason why I've never seen it, because I could tell it's about gangsters, and I'm like, I don't really like gangster movies at all.
Yeah, but it's not that their mission isn't specifically talked about. It's actually kind of ignored. Like they're just trying to get the briefcase to their boss. What's in the briefcase? Who knows? They're just trying to get the briefcase to their boss, and their boss is running a boxing match, gambling thing where they're going to do a. I'm setting up the beginning. I'm trying not to spoil anything. He's setting up. So one of the guys loses the boxing match. He throws the fight, a betting thing. He's trying to rig the bets. That's what I'm trying to say. And so there's that story arc, and that kind of doesn't go so well. And then you follow the life of the boxer as well, and that's Bruce Willis. That's told from his perspective. And then there's also a side story about one of the gangsters with the briefcase also dating the boss's wife while the boss is out of town.
Dating or actually sleeping with?
He has to take her out with the boss is like, hey, can you take my wife and show her a good time while I'm away? And he's like, okay, I will do so. So he's like the henchman, like on his best behavior with the boss's wife, and shenanigans happen. That's all I'm going to say about that. Some big shenanigans. And that's pretty much it.
I imagine so.
There's also a kitchen diner that gets robbed, and there's a big scene there. But it's a collection of scenes, and it's a bunch of interwoven lives. And I think it's interesting to see just how they interact. It's like a woven tapestry of all these crazy things. And so you can look, there's this one plot point that I'm not going to say, where you're like, oh, if this happened, then this would not have happened. Or if this had happened this way, this also would not have happened. But because it happened how I did here, this happens here. And you can kind of play around with the different scenes and stuff too. It's fun. It's an interesting movie.
It sounds interesting, but I don't think I want to see it. Sorry.
Okay. No, that's fine. That's cool. Well, what did you see? I know you saw a movie this week.
So, yesterday I saw It.
It.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, 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 dun.
That movie is like almost 3 hours long.
It. So, did you see this in theaters? Is it out now?
Chapter 2 in theaters.
Okay, and this is It with the clown.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm all caught up. I haven't seen the first one. I've seen the old one. It's not old. It's like the 80s.
So the first one's pretty good. I remember, so I think the environment played a really big factor in how much I enjoyed the first one versus the second one.
The environments? What do you mean? What was the difference in the environments?
So,
movie theater?
with the first one, I went with my aunt. Yeah, I went to the movie theater. I went with my aunt, my uncle, my cousin, and my brother.
Yeah.
And my dad. This one, yesterday, I went with my brother and my dad. So, with the first one, it was really fun because my brother was really scared and my aunt was really scared. So, it kind of just built more tension, and it was a lot of fun. This time around, we had two drunk old guys sitting next to us, and one of them would not shut up.
Oh.
So we had a 3 hour long movie that talked the whole time.
Oh, that sucks.
So I don't know how much of it was, like, to me, I didn't think it was as, they don't scare me, but they weren't as much like tension. Because I still get that tension, I just don't get scared.
Yeah.
And, I just feel like the second one was missing so much of that. Because, as you know, the second one's, like, years later when they're grown up.
Oh, yeah.
And come to find out that they, like, forget what happened to them when they were a kid. And so when they go back, they start to kind of remember it. So it spends, like, 2 hours of them just, like, remembering what they, like, forgot. And then trying to figure out what they needed to do. And
in the previous episode.
And then finally, like, the last hour, they're actually kind of going up against the clown. And that's when you had a couple scares here or there the first 2 hours, but to me, it just seemed so boring and long and drawn out and just no tension. And I'm sitting here aggravated because the people next to me are, like, talking, and people around are saying shh and shut up. And it's just, like, not shutting up. And it's just like, what's wrong with you? Like, and it was a couple of times he was complaining about the seat vibrating. Because we went to Dolby. would vibrate your seat because the sound is so loud.
Oh, yeah.
And then he was complaining, and then he was like saying like, I don't understand what's going on. Oh, that was a flashback. I was like, dude, like, the reason why you're not understanding what's going on is because you're so drunk you shouldn't even be here. And so, yeah, it just was. And then my brother was like, you want to go see it again? And I was like, because he didn't enjoy it either because the people were talking the whole time. And I was like, no, I don't even like want to, because not only was the experience so bad, but like, I don't know if it was, like, the people talking or the movie itself, but I didn't really like the movie either, so.
Oh, yeah. Huh. Man, it's people like that I just want to send to the moon. Send them.
To the moon!
To the moon. Excuse me, sir, you're going to have to come down here. But why? Sir, you were talking in the movie, and you're going to have to get in the space shuttle. But, I don't want to. Sir, get in the shuttle. Don't give us any problems. Just get in there.
You're going to watch the rest of the movie from this pod.
You're in the movie theater and you're just watching in a different one, and you're just watching and like some explosion happens, and then you like the whole thing starts to shake because there's a space shuttle taking off on the roof. On the roof. Wow, it's really loud in here. Is it hot in here or is it just me? Those darn teenagers in the seat behind us. No, I think there's a rocket being launched.
I have decided I think I believe in aliens.
Well, what a segue. Carry on.
On one of the shows I've been watching. So originally I had it on because I was just like, a lot of times I like to put the TV on and not really watch it, but just have it on while I'm editing.
I know what you're talking about.
And the show that so happened to be on, because I was watching something on the Sci-Fi channel, or the Science channel.
I love having the Sci-Fi channel on. When I need background noise, because I'm not paying attention at all, and sometimes you glance up and you see lasers or something cool.
Yeah.
They're great. It's great to have on.
I like to have the pet channel on sometimes, because you have the 2 cute episodes, and so you just work on whatever, and then you look up and you see cute puppies.
Yeah, sorry, I like to try and keep my testosterone level at an all-time high. So that can't get too much of that.
Anyways, okay, so one of the show that was coming on was, I guess they're investigating, like, possible, like, UFO sightings and all the other stuff. And I'm watching this, and I'm just kind of like, oh my god, aliens exist.
Or Air Force tries stealth airplanes at night. Could very well be. Could be an F-35 back in the day.
So a couple of things that they've done. They went to like this big giant like crater kind of thing that they found. That people were saying they saw something crash, and so they went to the crash site. It's in like Argentina, and they were going. And they were going around. They were talking to people, and come to find out, like one person that like witnessed the crash or whatever. Like he wasn't like right there where it crashed, but he kind of like was closer and saw it. No, wasn't that. They were like, the local government or whatever in Argentina said that it was a meteorite. So what they did was they went to the local police office because they wanted to see the files on the investigation that they did. Uh-huh. And the local police office there was like, we don't have any files. We didn't do the investigation. A group of people in all black who spoke English, they didn't even speak Spanish, like took over and were put the place under not quarantine, lockdown, yeah.
Weird.
Which is sketchy as heck if it's a mirror, right?
Yeah, or they could just be scientists and they just wear black. Doesn't prove there's aliens. It's just there might be something from Mars or maybe like Neptune or something. They want it first. They don't want some local police department in Argentina. They're probably a fine police department. Just chunking stuff off to bring home to their kids. Hey, here you go. And then it's like radioactive.
And then they found another place in, I think it was Kansas. And this guy, he's older now, but when he was younger, at like 15, he said he saw like this. He didn't specifically say UFO. He was like this. He thinks it was a UFO, and he was like this, like, he described the object, and it left like this circle in the ground. And his family had taken a couple pictures, and they had one picture and then a picture from like 5 years later, and nothing would grow on top of the soil, and it repelled water. And so what he did though was he covered the soil and all that stuff. He covered it with like 2 feet of soil on top of it because people kept sneaking onto his property to look at the circle that the UFOs left, the aliens left.
He could have just shot a barrel of oil, and then the oil just kills all the grass. I don't know. I try to shoot these all down just for my own sanity.
So what they did was they dug it up and they found the soil and they tested it because this was years ago, so they couldn't test it, but now they were. And oh my god, they did the pH level. Normally pH level, they said was like, I think they said like anywhere from 5 or 7 or something like that.
Yeah, something
and the
like
pH
that.
level of the soil.
Different grasses and different plants need different pHs in the soil.
Yeah, and so the pH level on that one was 9,
Very acidic.
which they said was high.
Yeah.
And then they did the water test on it, and they did soil from the area that wasn't part of the soil that they're testing. Like, just like, I think it was like 50 feet away. They took that soil, and they did a couple like little water droplets, and like it absorbed it like normal, like real quick. This one, it like straight up like rolled off, like they had like a little mountain of the soil, and it like just, the water droplets just kind of like rolled off of it.
Weird.
It did not absorb water at all.
Hydro-repellent or whatever. Interesting.
Yeah. And they were saying something about normally soil will only do, like dirt and stuff like that will only like repel water if it was like extremely like burnt or something like that. Like it suffered extreme heat.
Huh.
And so I'm just kind of watching all of this and I'm like, government seems very sketchy and all this stuff looks very suspicious.
You got a dirt patch, you got, I don't know. I think
a
that
big
like,
giant crater that was supposedly a meteorite.
yeah,
But then when they
that's
test the
believable.
soil and they didn't find anything.
I don't know. I think that the realm of, like, I think the scientific, like, agreement is that you can't prove the absence of something. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so, like...
It's like a theory. They say that a true theory has to have the ability to be proven wrong.
Yeah.
Like, you can't say, I hear voices in my head, and that's my theory or something like that. Because you can't test it. It can't be proven wrong, because only you can hear the voices.
Yeah, and I think that, like... I think science says, yeah, sure, they could be out there. We haven't seen any, but we haven't checked every planet, so how could we possibly know? It's kind of one of those deals. It's like, yeah, they might. We haven't seen them. And so that's kind of where I lie. It's like, yeah, they might be aliens. Probably are. I mean, it's probably just like a worm or like a bacteria somewhere. That's just like the alien species. That would be a big thing in society, but like, I think that having something sentient is like that's what people want. They don't want like a space worm that's just like an earthworm, but on like Uranus or something. Well, of all planets to have worms. Let's say Neptune worms instead. Anyway, that would be very interesting, but it's not like finding something out of like Mass Effect, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I've hardly played Mass Effect. I don't know why that was the game that I went to.
Okay, so for my last anime before we get into our topic, because now we've been talking for a long time and haven't even touched our topic.
I know, right? We're like, it's Friday, and then we talk about a bunch of other stuff for like 37 minutes.
Here we go. Actually, this is perfect, because the anime I saw was Carol and Tuesday.
Carol and Tuesday. How is that perfect? It's like the opposite of a Friday.
Exactly.
That's like, I mean,
It just so
Tuesday's
happened of a
like,
day.
Tuesday's like, you're into the month, buddy, and it's only downhill from here. Like you got a long way to go. I know you passed through Monday, but this is Tuesday, and Friday is a long way off, you know?
Well, another reason why this makes it perfect is that this anime takes place on Mars.
Ah. Very
So
nice.
I don't know. It doesn't really go into detail whether or not like Earth becomes inhabitable,
Very nice.
and that's why they go to Mars or what. But yeah, I don't know how far in the future it is either. But they have like a whole bunch of AIs, and like it's crazy. They and music's created using AIs and stuff like that. No one writes their own music. They just have AIs create their music.
Huh. That's interesting.
And then they have like AIs that take your order, serve your drinks, and all that stuff.
So nobody has to do anything.
I'm watching all of it. I'm like, this is a high possibility, and like all these AIs are gonna take everyone's like part-time jobs.
Yeah, and it's gonna be a really tough time between when it starts to be a cheap alternative and then people start getting out of a job to when it starts being like the norm and everyone has it and then everyone can chill out and not have to work. You know what I mean? Like it's either total implementation or it's gonna be problematic.
So,
in different
anyways,
ways.
okay, so
Yeah, sorry. Half our listeners just turn it off. They're talking about
so
sci-fi.
like, when are they gonna get to Friday? They talked about aliens. They talked about Tuesday.
They're not only talking about hard science fiction, but they're talking about the economy of hard science fiction.
Okay, so Carol and Tuesday, they're about these two people who meet and they end up making music together. And I just really like it because the music on it's like really, really good.
What kind of music? Like orchestra or?
They play piano and guitar.
Okay.
But it's still more like kind of acoustic and upbeat, kind of somewhere more along the lines. But what I thought was really funny, and if I find a video, I'll probably post it on Twitter or whatever. But basically what happens is they compete onto this show that's almost like American Idol. And so they do that little scene where they do the tryouts. And you have one person, this old lady comes in with her walker. She was like, I'm gonna sing the song that my mom used to sing me when I was a little girl to go to bed. And then... That's exactly what she was doing.
What? That's crazy.
She was basically doing dubstep.
Acapella. That's silly.
And I'm just here, I thought that part was so funny, because, like...
You weren't expecting it at all.
I was like, with our generation, like, dubstep, not so much now, but, like, when we were younger, dubstep was really, really big.
Oh, I see what it's implying.
And so, you think that the people who love dubstep, they're gonna have kids.
They could have.
They might sing their kids some lullabies to go to bed, and based on what type of music they listen to,
oh, goodness.
it's a high possibility that would be the lullabies.
You're implying that Joelle does that to their daughter?
Does he?
No, I don't know. I hope not.
Her first words are gonna be, wah!
1, 2, 3, 4. Let me hit the bass floor.
Anyways, okay, so that's it. That's all for me.
Nice.
Should we go into our topic?
Yeah, let's do it, because I gotta kind of have a short one. We're
okay.
already on track to have a long one.
Okay, so don't you know, Fridays are supposed to be slow days at work.
Slow days at work. Maybe that'd be nice if you're, like, not working food service. I feel like those are the busy days.
Oh, yeah. Okay, well, that's more along the lines of, we're talking about Monday through Friday normal jobs.
Yeah.
9 to 5 jobs.
9 to 5s. Office jobs.
And work might not, like, for me, work doesn't ever slow down. It's always really, really busy. But you yourself slow down on Fridays, is basically what I'm saying.
Production's at 70%, if that.
Yeah.
That's funny. Yeah, no, I know what you're talking about. The Friday, it's like senioritis, you know? It's online with that.
Yeah, pretty much.
Or with the Monday blues. No, Friday fun day, for sure. Do you get casual Friday where you're at?
Yes.
We get casual Friday.
It's the only day that we can wear jeans. Well, I mean, we usually, like, sometimes we'll still wear jeans, whatever. Technically, we're not supposed to wear jeans.
We're not allowed to wear
Friday.
jeans. We used to get away with it, but then they started cracking down. We also used to wear t-shirts on casual Fridays, but then they started cracking down, so we gotta wear polos. Collared shirts. And we're allowed jeans. No shorts. But that's alright. It's not bad.
Yeah, we're not allowed to wear t-shirts even on Friday. Though I think we still do, but...
Nice. For me, Fridays is all about Friday evening. Because I work, I'll get off. Sometimes I'll take off an hour early or something. And, yeah, Friday evenings are my days. And it could go one of two ways. It could either be a very wild, go out, go to the town, have fun, be very social, hang out with all your friends at once, and just make a time of it. Or I'm going to go home and I'm going to play video games probably until, like, dawn. Like, those are my 2 Friday nights, usually. My bachelor life.
Lies. You know you record on Fridays.
Sometimes I record on Fridays, that's true too. Yeah, I do my Don't You Know. And that's part of living it up, I was saying, you know. I mean, that's very much was included.
My Fridays depend. A lot of times I go to the movies with my brothers on Fridays. If I go see a movie that weekend or whatever, a lot of times we choose Friday. Teen Titans TV show just started, so now a lot of my Fridays are going to consist of going over to my grandpa's and watching it with my brother.
Ah, nice. That is fun to have a routine TV show that comes on. Like,
yeah.
I remember I was kind of doing that with, can't even remember what show. It's been a while.
Well, don't you know that Friday nights are, like, the perfect time to go to the gym?
Oh, yeah.
There's, like, no one there. Because everyone else is out drinking and all this stuff.
Nice.
So, because, like, every time you go after work or whatever, it's always so crowded.
Yeah.
And
everyone goes
if you wait, just, like, wait until, like, 7 or 8 and go to the gym, it's usually not that bad.
You could get up real early.
Saturday mornings are bad for the gym. I don't know what it is. I think it's because everyone knows they're not going to go that day or that evening, and so they go in the morning to start their day.
It wakes you up
before they go. Sunday mornings aren't too bad. I imagine in Georgia there's even less people Sunday morning because there was nothing ever done on Sunday mornings because everyone went to church.
Yeah.
Here it's not it's not part of the Bible Belt, so.
Right.
No.
A lot more active. A lot more heathens.
In Georgia, we would go to Six Flags Sunday morning, and there'd be like no one there. And then come like noon or 1 o'clock, that's when it got really crowded, because everyone was done with church and they gone to Six Flags.
Yeah, and everyone's there in their Sunday best, riding roller coasters, and they're...
But yeah, here, no. Like, you can't, like, nowhere, no matter what you do on Sunday morning, there's still a lot of people.
Yeah.
Sunday mornings are still less than, say, right after work weekdays for Joe. But I think one of the best is Friday nights, sometimes Saturday nights, but Friday nights. Don't you know that the best Fridays are the ones that start a 3-day weekend?
Those are pretty good Fridays. Would you rather have the Friday off, though? Yeah. Would you rather have a Friday off or a Monday off?
It depends. I do like Fridays because Thursday I usually have like meetings I go to, so they're like I don't get home until like 10:30 or whatever. So when I have Fridays off, I don't have to worry about having to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, you don't
after
have to
only
get
going to
home
bed
and
at like
immediately go to
11
bed.
or whatever. Yeah.
That sucks.
And then sometimes stuff gets like pops and stuff like that get released on Fridays.
Mm-hmm.
So that's really nice to be able to go do those things.
Your Fridays are good. When you get a Friday off, I feel like that I'd be much more inclined to do something with my weekend. Whereas, like, if I get the Monday off, Mondays tend to feel like a lazier day. If I'm off Saturday like normal, I'm off Sunday like normal, and then Monday I'm like, oh, this is good. I get one more day to chill out. Versus if I got Fridays off, it's like, oh, I can do a road trip if I want, or oh, I can go and do this or whatever. It feels more. And I've also thought that like Fridays can be good for starting off the weekend. Like if you're going to go on a road trip and you're just doing Saturday and Sunday, Friday's like, okay, let's get going. You get off work, you get in the car, and you start zipping down the road or up the road, depending on where you're going, or over, you know. But I think Fridays are good for that as well. Don't you know, Fridays are the best day to go to the drag strip by my place. Because that's when they're open for testing.
I thought you were about to say the drag show.
No, not the drag show. I mean, hey, maybe Friday night's probably a good time to find a drag show too, but no. I'm talking cars.
That's a good time to go to the barn, period. Go out and bar and all this stuff.
Yeah, sure is. It's gonna be busy. You got your Thirsty Thursday, and that's when you get like, you know, you get like either the crazy ones, we'll just leave it at that, or you get like group outings, like a bunch of, like, I don't know, whatever.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. Because a lot of people get Friday, like at my work, a lot of people are off on Fridays.
Mm-hmm.
And so everyone always wants to go out after work on Thursday. And it's like, I got stuff I have to do on Thursdays. I can't do it. But it always seems like people want to do stuff at, like, for work, after work.
Yeah, that's when my group tends to go out. I think because Fridays are pretty chilled out. And so if you get in an hour or two late, it's like, all right, yeah, whatever. Half our contractors are like closed today anyway. We used to have a thing where it was called 980. And so you could work 9 days instead of 10.
Yeah.
And so you work 9-hour days. Yeah. And
that's what they do at my work.
Yeah, and so every other Friday you get off. They just stopped doing it though.
So I don't know. I'm still debating on this point here though. So I kind of feel like the best Fridays are the 3-day weekend, but maybe, I don't know what your opinion on this is though, but the all-time best Friday.
All-time best Friday. All right, hit me.
Is Black Friday.
Black Friday?
What do you think?
Well, I'm scrunching up my eyebrows. The viewers can't see. The viewers can't see. What an ironic statement. I've never been to Black Friday.
I've gotten stuff on Black Fridays, but usually I do my Black Friday shopping online. And not part of Cyber Monday week or whatever.
Yeah.
Actually, like, they have, like, shopping online on Fridays now.
Sales that, like, end at the end of the day. I don't know. I mean, deals are fun. I love getting a deal, but I don't know. I'm not interested in the Black Friday chaos. Like, that's some crazy stuff. I'd rather go without than to have to wrestle somebody's grandmother for a PlayStation, you know?
Just so you know, don't you know that even though it's super cheap and all that great, getting electronics on Black Friday is actually not the greatest of ideas. So what makes them so cheap?
I think I know what you're about to say.
Yeah, is that they actually make those products cheaper, with cheaper material. So that's why they can sell it cheaper. Like, I know people who work in retail, and the products for Black Friday, they even have a different code because they're made different.
Yeah.
They might work the same and whatever, but they're actually not made with the same quality.
Yeah.
So, I know I got my Xbox for, on Black Friday, and my Kinecta does not really work half the time.
Huh.
And my cousin has her Kinecta, no problem. A couple other people I know that got their Xbox not on Black Friday, their Kinect still work.
What was that word you were saying? Was it it's connect is what I've heard. Were you saying connecta? Is that like
Connect.
the new...
I was probably saying connecta, but it is connect.
Oh, I didn't know if it was like...
Sorry, guys.
I have... No, it's fine. I wasn't critiquing you. I have been out of the hobby for a little while, so I didn't know if it was like the next model
it's
or
Connect.
something. Oh, my bad.
Yeah, it's connect, not connecta. There's a connecta bank, and I've been thinking about starting a bank, so I had that on my mind.
That's funny. Some people call that a huge pioneer in video gaming and very novel and very fun. Other people call it a massive flop. However, interestingly, the Kinect cameras are very good for modeling 3D because you can use the lasers and stuff, and you can actually hook them up to your computer via USB because it's just USB, and you can like do a 3D model of a lot of stuff. They're very interesting. You can look that up if you're interested, and it's not too hard. Different programs you can just download and go. Fun fact.
That sounds pretty cool.
We 3D scanned myself once. I was just standing and they went around me. It gets really lumpy though. It's not high res, but it's pretty neat to look at.
So, let's do Friday the 13th. One of my favorite Fridays. Because today is Friday the 13th. It's not October Friday the 13th, unfortunately. That is like the best of the best days that you could ever have.
Of spookums.
So, the reason why... Well, one, Friday the 13th is really big. I don't believe in the superstition and all that stuff that people have for Friday the 13th. But, one thing that I found was an interesting article, which I posted in the thing, about Friday the 13th. So don't you know that Friday the 13th is the perfect time to get a tattoo?
And why is that?
So this deals with my article. It is on Vice.com. It's called How Friday the 13th Became Black Friday for Tattoos by Becca Grimm. So apparently, the reason why Friday the 13th is the best day to get tattoos is because a lot of tattoo shops will treat it like a Black Friday. So you get many discounts and stuff like that. You get cheap deals.
Interesting.
And I don't think it says why that's the case. It just says that the cheap price is one of the reasons the tradition has grown. I guess if enough tattoo parlors do, Friday the 13th discounts for tattoos, then I guess if you want to compete with those tattoos things, you'll just do it too.
Very interesting. I've just skimmed this article, and it's reaffirmed that I'm just not a tattoo guy.
Oh, I have a tattoo, and I want to get one more tattoo. Maybe I'll have to get it on Friday the 13th.
Maybe you could. You could get, don't you know, right on your, forehead. No.
No, I'm not going to do that. I think I'm going to get, me and my brothers are going to get, a Legend of Zelda tattoo.
Oh, yeah. That'd be pretty cool.
And of course, I'll get the Power of Wisdom.
Yeah.
Not Power of Wisdom, the Triforce of Wisdom.
Very nice.
Combine two of them together.
The Power of Wisdom. I like that.
No,
that's actually
the Triforce of Wisdom.
I know. No, I'm playing with it. I'm toying with the idea of imagine Zelda walks up and she's like, I have the power of wisdom, and then she gets another one. Choo choo. Ganondorf's like, no, you were too wise. Spoiler alert. No, not really. That's pretty cool. I would say I'm not superstitious, but I am a little stitious.
So here's this next article.
Uh-huh. Just gloss right over.
Oh, wait. Okay, what are you suspicious
it was a bad joke. It was a joke. I'm just joking.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I guess you were waiting for me to do a laugh.
Very funny.
Jacob's face.
Yep. Keep going.
Did you not want me to? Oh, you want to keep laughing?
Going. No. Keep going with this show. Next topic.
Okay, let's go on to the next article. So this article does apply for Fridays, but the title can be misleading, which is called. It's on Psychology Today. And it's called "If It's Thursday, Ask for a Raise." By Marcus Wynn.
Published September 1st, 1998, although last reviewed on June 9th, 2016.
So, even though it says Thursday in the title, it does also apply to Friday. So basically, what it is they found a study that people are more agreeable at the end of the week than they are at the beginning of the week. So if you were to ask for a raise, say at the beginning of the week, you're less likely to get it than if you were to ask for a raise at the end of the week.
That's interesting.
And it has to do with, people want to, they're more, open to negotiation and compromise at the end of the week because they just want to get the work over and done and have the week done with.
Yeah. It could feel like a way to end the week on a high note. Because if you're all done, you've kind of had a stressful week, and I was a boss and I've just finished up my TPS report or whatever bosses do, like a boss. And somebody's like, hey, Mr. So-and-so, may I have a raise? What kind of raise are we talking? Just 3%. Alright, you've done well. Make sure you earn it. Congratulations, you got it. Then you go home. You feel good. I feel good. I know Johnson felt good. I'm gonna have a brewski and play video games till dawn.
That sounds just like how you would be if you were the boss, Jacob.
I am the boss. Like a boss.
Too many references to parody people.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I know. They weren't parody. They were original music.
Yeah, it's true. But they were more comedy.
Yeah, they were definitely comedy.
Though I think Rebecca Black wasn't supposed to be a comedy music.
No, I think she was trying to be straight up, and it just didn't pull it off. I saw her later on, like a year or two ago, and she was on a different singing show, and it was one of the ones with the 3 rings, and you gotta compete and take the rings from the other one, something like that. She was on that.
That sounds interesting.
I was like, oh, and she's her voice is leveled out, It's okay now, a little less nasally. I think she's had training specifically on how to avoid that. Oh man,
I still can't sing.
Yeah. So it's a skill you can practice.
Yeah, I probably if I can't. It's not just practice. I would have to actually probably go somewhere. My singing voice is not anywhere anything. I would have to go and find someone. They would have to perform a miracle. Okay, well, we only really did one discussion, somewhat of a discussion, which is kind of talking a little bit about what we did on Fridays. Is there any other discussions that maybe we can end out with? Because I just feel like I did a lot of Don't You Knows and all that stuff, but I feel like there wasn't a lot of discussion, really. Here's
one that we don't talk about because we're not experts. Fridays, best date night. Because you can stay out late and not worry about work in the morning, Of course, being gentlemen, watching the sunset and the moonrise and late movies and ice cream and stuff. And then that's all Friday night stuff, in my opinion. What do you think? Of course, we can't because we've got Don't You Know to record. Let's be real.
Of course. Duh. Jacob's my date on Fridays.
Well, there are a lot of women who are going to be mad if they hear that. At least 3. No. One of them is my mom. No.
Okay, Jacob, we need to work on your definition of a lot.
Oh, wow. How many, no, we won't go there. This is how many girls do you have? No.
Okay, is Friday a good date night? I think it is.
Not a good, the best.
Oh, the best.
Maybe Saturdays might have it too.
I don't know. I don't know. I kind of I almost want to say no, just to argue with you. Not just kidding.
Just because I don't have any dates and I'm not 100% sure that this is obviously yes.
No, because to me, I think it also depends on... So, okay, I like socializing and all that stuff. It's great. But if you're going on a date, I feel like being surrounded by a lot of people is just not ideal for me.
Well, I mean, take a movie theater. I mean, you want a packed theater, don't you? Or a restaurant, if you're because there's some
depends on the movie. I don't always like a packed theater.
Yeah, I guess. I don't ever like a packed anything, but...
So, I think a Wednesday is a good day because it's the middle of the week, so it's almost like you're recharging yourself. Especially if you're first start dating, then you probably will hang out a lot mostly on the weekend because you guys have time because you're not working, and it's probably better for you as a schedule to match up. So that means you're going almost a whole week of work just to then be with the person. So if you go on a date night on Wednesday, it's a middle of the week kind of recharge thing.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, it is something to look forward to. And you can do something small then. But I think if you're going to, I could see Wednesday, because you do have work on Thursday, or I do. If I was going to do Wednesday, it would have to be hey, do you want to have a dinner? And then we'll have to separate early for an early night because I got work and you got work. Versus, again, with Friday, you could stay out late and you could walk this Cherry Street or whatever.
And one cool thing about depends on what you like to do. Because, I mean, if you're going to the movie, you could go to the movies on Wednesday.
Yeah.
You could go do dinner and all that stuff.
Yeah, you can.
I mean, I do a lot of stuff during the week because, especially with my dad, because my dad his only days off are Tuesday and Wednesday. So you could do a lot even when you get up early and have to go to bed early.
Yeah, that's true.
It's just, and I've noticed that when you go do stuff like that during the week, it's not as crowded as when you're trying to do it on Friday or Saturday night.
Plus, you can always set up the Friday. Hey, let's do something light on a Wednesday. And if that goes well, let's come back here on Friday.
Yeah.
Something, or, we
have to make sure you can't do your date on a Friday and then try to do your date the next Friday, because now there's that second date the next Friday, because now they've had a whole week to think about it.
Absence makes the heart grow fonder.
That, or it gives them time to nitpick every wrong thing that happened during your day.
Yeah, or for that other guy to walk into your life. Or her life is what I meant. Anyway.
Okay, I think that's it, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I think that's it. Half our viewers are listening to that last section and they're like, what are you talking about? You can Netflix and chill any time of the day.
But that's nice. And actually, that's to me, I think that's actually watching Netflix and...
Yeah,
but
I was totally talking about the slang term. Raquel's like, yeah, that's nice, but,
Because I was thinking about it earlier, about, not that, but about just, like, watching movies and eating popcorn and stuff like that.
Yeah.
About, and you can do that any day during the week. Yeah. Without it taking up, like, a lot of time to do it.
Wholesome, literal Netflix and chill is very nice, but I would not recommend that for a first or, like, a second date. Like, that's something where you're just, like, you've had a handful of dates, you know each other.
Hey, I met you in the bar. Why don't you come over to my place?
Yeah, let's put on the Princess Bride.
Anyways, okay, so.
Cool.
That's it?
That's it.
Okay.
That's the show. Go home. Go home, people. Yeah, of course, do the like and subscribe stuff. Show your friends. Send them to your boss while you ask for the raise. And email us. That's cool. Tweet. There, I did the social promo this time. You like that?
Yeah. Cool.
And I didn't say don't forget, because they're not forgetting. They just don't care. If you don't care, well, it is what it is.
And you told them where to do our Twitter and our email?
At don'tyouknowpod. At podbean.twitter at gmail.com/// YouTube Apple Play /don'tyouknowpod. Link in the description.
Don't worry, guys. The link will be in the description. You don't have to listen to its completely inaccurate stuff.
Imagine typing that in. It's just like 404. Page not found.
Okay, guys. Until next time. See ya.
See ya.